Great Commander. This way.
So, this is her. Indeed. Put her in custody. Is this really necessary?
It is His Majesty, Emperor Dole's command. Take that girl into custody.
Who is she?
That is not your concern.
Alright guys, I don't know how well this is going to go because I haven't live streamed in a long time, but I'm going to give this a shot, and I'm going to need like basically constant feedback from you guys to let me know how everything looks and sounds. For those that may be watching this in the archive, this was more for, I guess, for you guys. So let me just check. Okay, good. Alright. Gonna minimize for a second. Alright. I keep missing stuff. If anyone's lurking in chat, let me know how this looks and sounds. I won't know that you're there until you message me, so. There's a thought. Okay, good. It's already muted. Fantastic. You're not missing much, I promise. There we go. Oh, hey Josh. Glad I can see your message there. That's good. Is the audio mixing well with my voice? Is everything sounding good? From what I'm seeing, you guys are about... You guys are about 7 seconds behind what's actually happening. So I have it on low latency mode, so hopefully it's working out all right. I appreciate you letting me know what's going on. I know the face cam is a little not great. My light source is not in the right place, but I'm not worried about that. This is more of a test than anything else. I still gotta... Some of the time I'll end up setting up my... I don't know if you remember, I can't remember. I think you used to watch when I played Daggerfall a long time ago, but I used to have little pop-ups that would show up when people would subscribe and stuff like that. So I'll work that out again. I just have to reconfigure Streamlabs and all that stuff. So I just wanted to do this as a test to see what would actually happen. I know there's a little bit of resonance in the room as well, so hopefully it's not too bad. Yeah, you probably did watch Morrowind. But my voice is mixed well with the game audio. Like, can you hear sound as in good? As in it's a good thing? It's a good sound? Because I have the game volume turned super low in my ears. In case like one of my roommates needs something from me so that I can hear the door knock or something. So awesome, thanks. I'm glad to hear it. This is one of my favorite games of the PS1 library. It didn't receive as much attention as it should have because Final Fantasy, I believe 8 came out around this time. Either 8 or 7 came out around this time, and it pretty much took everybody's attention. I can't remember. I think, and don't quote me on this, but I think Legend of Dragoon was made by Konami. No, maybe it's either Konami or Capcom, one or the other. I can't remember. I'm probably wrong all the way around. And this is being played via an emulator. So if there are any like minor graphical things going on, it's the emulator's fault. How long are you planning on sticking around for, Joshua? If you know. I don't really know how long I'm going to be going on for either. It all depends on how well... Awesome, thanks, I appreciate that. But yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to go on, but you know, we'll see. I got a load of laundry I got to grab out of the dryer here in like, I don't know, 30 minutes or something like that. So I have a little pause, or not pause, but an I'll be right back screen for that as well. So hopefully the stream will incorporate that fluently. Let's fight, man. I think yeah, I mean, it was a very minimalistic move. I'm trying to be, you know, respectful and everything and make sure that before I just start moving all of my stuff in here, I want to try and make sure that, you know, that they don't hate me. I moved in with a couple of guys, one I used to work with in my last job, and then his cousin, I believe. So, also a cool guy. They're both awesome. Oh, he said a bad word. But yeah, smoothly enough. I mean, again, hold on a second. I'll show you. Hold on. I want to show you something. Look, everything is very, like, I have very little here. Like, seriously. That's about it. That's honestly kind of all I need for now. Until I know for a fact that, you know, I'm not going to piss off everybody in the house, basically. So. Alright. Let's fight these guys and see what happens. Yeah, very minimal. The way I look at it, I actually explained this to a couple of people, or have explained this to a couple of people in the last couple of days, but the way I look at it, I want to have as little stuff as possible so that if I decide tomorrow, for whatever reason, I pick up and I want to move to Phoenix, Arizona or something like that, I can just throw all my stuff in my truck and go. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much my my idea of my minimalistic existence. Oh, I missed that addition. But I'll get more in here as I know for a fact that, you know, I'm not going to irritate everybody. So I don't think you guys have actually watched me see, I don't think you guys have watched me play a JRPG before. I do kind of hope other people show up before too awful long. That'd be cool. I mean, if not, it's no big deal. Oh wait, I have a couple of those burnout things, I think, don't I? Yeah, awesome. Button mashing time. That's probably gonna kill him. Yep, thought so. I've played this game a lot. So, like I said, it was one of my favorite games. I think Arkinson's working tonight. Hey, if Exilia shows up, that would be awesome. I'd love to start, like, getting the crew back together. Well, I say the crew, but, you know, all you guys that used to hang out with all of us while we were all, you know, doing something. Streaming or regularly putting up videos. Honestly, in terms of, like, I haven't... Hold on. There we go. I actually haven't put up any videos lately since the little Grand Theft Auto one because I don't know. I guess my creative brain is in a weird place right now, and live streaming is easier for the most part. After I get everything set up, I mean, it still looks all right, I suppose. I see that your name is a little. I mean, unless it looks better in a full screen application, but your name is actually a little blurry, as is mine. So I might have to change that up later. But I can read the text itself pretty well. So yes, I am going to go rescue Shauna. So I know I've asked a lot about the audio, Josh, but can you actually hear the soundtrack of the game, because it's actually a really good soundtrack. I want to make sure that people can hear that, despite the fact that I talk too much. I gotta get some sort of audio muting in here as well. Awesome, great, love it. It's an awesome soundtrack. It's really good. I got my my PS4 hooked up as well. I thought about like going back and live streaming the Spyro remastered again, but I thought this would be more interesting. With how poorly 2020 has been going for some people, there's been a big call for like the wave of nostalgia lately. No, those kids just kind of attacked me. Yes, it's Dart. Gotta love those PS1. Demon Souls, you know, I never actually played Demon Souls. I never was, honestly, too big on the Soulsborne games because I'm kind of a weakling. I don't know if you remember, but again, back when I got the PS4 and I started live streaming back in late 2017, I actually tried to play a little bit of Bloodborne, and I don't have the patience for it, you know? Or the attention span, for that matter. If I play a game that I'm getting killed every like 10 minutes or something like that, if even that, it fails to hold my attention sometimes. Which, I mean, I guess if you want to call me a casual, then that's what I am. I'm okay with that. If this live streaming thing works out, by the way, we'll get more interesting stuff in here too. So, like more, again, with the subscribe notifications and all that stuff. And I might actually start doing some stuff on Twitch too. We'll see. I haven't touched my Twitch account since Exilia live streamed last, so it's been a while. And my heart goes out to him losing his Milo, because in the last 2 years my family has lost 3 dogs. So you never really, I mean, if they're really close to you, and I could tell Exilia was close to Milo, it's one of those things you just can't get over overnight. So I just hope that he's feeling better about it. I remember actually that Exilia used to play Bloodborne, I think, because he's the one who suggested it to me. So that's Shauna, by the way, the girl that we're going to try and rescue. This game actually takes place over 4 CDs. Well, actually, first of all, before I insult your intelligence, Josh, did you ever play Legend of Dragoon? Pardon me if I keep, like, rubbing my eyes. This big guy in the spiky armor is the, like, the first half of Disc 1's bad guy. Okay, yeah, the Legend of Dragoon takes place over 4 discs, and right now we are starting at the very beginning. This big guy here with the spikes on his armor is the warden of this prison, And then the guy in the black cloak there is actually one of the big bads. So, spoilers. So, but again, this is just a test, so I hope you guys don't hate me for spoilers. And if you want me to slow down, by the way, so you can actually read the text, please let me know. I'm more than happy to do that. The way I look at it, live streaming is all about the audience, so we'll give that a shot and see what happens. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. I losing an animal is one of those things that, you know, it doesn't hit quite the same as like losing a family. Well, I mean, it is losing a family member, and it sucks. There's some of that graphical problem that I was. Oh, I can't. I guess yeah, my mouse isn't on screen, but there's some of that graphical problem that I was talking about. Awesome, good. Like I said, if you want me to slow down or anything, let me know, because the text is actually, there's some pretty decent dialogue in this game. So, and then they had this very Final Fantasy VII-esque overworld map. So, well, it's kind of Final Fantasy-esque in the way that it's this big open space, more or less, but Legend of Dragoon did its own thing when it divided everything into smaller sections. Like we're in the forest right now. So, I think that's a, yep, merchant. Alright, what you got, man? Of course I want to buy something. Well, it depends on what you have, I guess. I should probably keep those. Oh, you don't have any weapons? Or did I? Yeah, you don't have any weapons. Okay. Reduce the risk of encounter, not really a big thing. I have 2 of those. Would not hurt to pick up a few of these if I can afford it, and I can. So, we have 5 of those. We'll get 6, because the prison is a pretty... it can mess you up if you're not ready for it. I know how to use items, thank you. I've played this game quite a bit. Also, you may notice that above the character's head there's an arrow that's spinning, and you'll notice that it changes colors. That lets you know how close you are to a random encounter. So yellow means that I'm getting pretty close to a random encounter. I guess in that sense it's not really random per se as it is timed. But it goes through the stages of, I think, blue, yellow, and red. When it turns red, as it's about to, I'm pretty close to an encounter. So, this is kind of unique in its own way. And about right now, maybe? Yep. I know this game too well. And yet, I've never beaten this game. I know. I've gotten to disc 3. And then, by that point in time, I think the PS2 had just come out, and I had just gotten one of those. And unfortunately, I forgot about this game for a while. Looks like I'm going to need some health soon. You also notice arrows above the characters' heads when you're in battle. That indicates how much, approximately how much health they have. They should be blue. I think I'm probably blue again by now too. I forgot to change my addition too. Yeah, I mean, you know, some people don't really like, some people, shoot, that was too early. Some people don't really get into video games until they're, you know, I mean, plus, honestly, if you tried to show this to, like, say, an 8-year-old or something like that, like a current 2020 8-year-old, they would not be interested at all because of just, unfortunately, the graphics. But that was what the systems could do back then. So, I actually like this game more than I liked Final Fantasy VII. Blasphemy, I know, but... Oh, I forgot. This is a little maze. Let's see if I can remember it. I think technically I'm supposed to go down here, but I want the item. So I'm going to go over here. Yep. And I can't remember how to get the other item. But we're going to try up here. After an encounter. Oh, wait. Before I take another step. In this game, in the fight sequences, you'll notice that it'll show me a little a button prompt. Those are called additions, and they allow you to stack hits for extra damage. And this is probably one of my favorite parts of this entire game was the addition system, because it was kind of similar to I can't honestly remember if Final Fantasy VII had something like this, but Final Fantasy VIII had the system where some characters have weapons where you press a certain button at a certain time and they'll do more damage. That was always one of my favorite things about this game. I think I just made it all the way through the maze. Or not. Pardon me if it takes a few seconds for me to read your messages too. Uh-oh, looks like I had a little bit of lag there. Alright, let's see. Timing is everything. I missed it. Oh well. If they change out the color on you and the button, that means that the creature or whatever it is you're fighting is guarding. And if you fail the button press, you'll actually get knocked back, like you just watched me get knocked back. So there we go. Beautiful. 3 damage. That's not much. And I'm probably going to need health soon. I might actually have to run from this. That's going to hurt. Not bad. Do I run or do I heal? I want the experience, so I think we will try and hope... Oh, he's almost dead. Good. So I'll go ahead and healing potion myself. And then we will take the tree out. The Trent out. Excuse me. Here we go again. Got him. Nice. It was for me deciding what to play this evening. It was a tie between this game and yeah, I missed it. I figured I did. It was a tie between this and Super Mario RPG, actually, on the SNES. Which I might play another time. I can actually do some voice acting for that one. I could do voice acting for this too, but I'm not wanting to try it tonight. Hey, level up. Nice. Oh yeah, this way. Yep, that was the exit to the puzzle. I'll worry about that other item some other time. I think you come back through here. I can't remember. Story time. Or flashback time, more accurately. Random encounter. Again, I guess I shouldn't be using the word random anymore. It's just timed. Got it. Nice. The additions have a purpose later on too, once you get into the later game stuff. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It is a pretty interesting story. I mean, I guess it's kind of... It's somewhat... oh, what's the word? It's very, 90s Japanese RPG flavor, you know, insert character name is in trouble, go save insert character name, find out that she's more important than you think she is, you know. It's very similar. A lot of people actually called this game a discount Final Fantasy VII, I think, because the stories are rather similar. But I just prefer this one better because of these additions, and I don't know, it just have more interesting gameplay to me. The fights are going to get much tougher here in a little bit, so... Oops, not what I meant to do. I do love this game. It's a really great game. But like I said, a lot of people said that it was very similar to Final Fantasy VII. Which is not wrong, but there are some important key differences, so... Most of these cutscenes like this as well are actually in-engine, which is pretty cool, for the time anyway. But it does have actual like pre-rendered cutscenes as well. So now, you may or may not notice that the arrow above the character that I'm playing here in a minute, you may notice that it's going to stay red for a while. It's not going to go between blue and yellow and red anymore, because I'm basically in a if anyone sees me, they're going to attack me area of the game. So this guy's hassling the merchant, of course. Merchant's like, alright, fine. Inspect the load. Whenever you see the exclamation point pop up above your character's head, that's usually the game telling you, hey, press X or some bad stuff's going to happen. Or press X to make something interesting happen. So, which is actually kind of funny because I'm playing with an Xbox One controller. So, I mean, it has an X too. It's just in the wrong place. So, I mean, playing this, it's just muscle memory more or less, because I played a PS2 for a long time. This place is a friggin' maze, too. Those glowing blue things, like that thing under that bridge right there, those are save points. I don't believe they heal you in this game. Yeah, you'll notice that the arrow above my head constantly stays red now. When you hear that little chime, you can go into the pause menu and save. So again, very much like Final Fantasy VII. I don't know, I just preferred this game though. Maybe I'm just a contrarian. I'm that guy that's like, oh no, Final Fantasy VII wasn't anything. Final Fantasy VII wasn't great, you know. One of those people that just goes against what everybody else honestly thinks. Just for the sake of going against what everyone thinks. Hey, buddy. I'm discovered. Run, Dart. Or let's fight this guy. That's fine. Bro, Robbie. What's going on, buddy? Haven't heard your name for a while. How you been doing lately, man? You still streaming on Facebook every once in a while? Yeah, I mean, all of these games that came out around this time are very similar. Because, well, at least... like JRPGs, they all follow the same format, you know. Main character is good friends with somebody or has never met somebody. That somebody gets kidnapped, stolen, taken away, something like that. They're key to the story. You go rescue that person, and then you bring them back, and you find out that they're part of a bigger thing than everyone thinks they are. So that's awesome, dude. I'm glad to hear that you're still streaming on Facebook. Is that working out all right for you? Ah, I missed it. That's what I get for talking too much. Wish I could block that a little bit better. Oh well. Let's try it again. Alright, concentration mode. There we go. Got it. 133 followers, dude. That's awesome. I think I had 127 subscribers for like an hour. And then, I don't know. I just kind of lost my creative, you know, everything. So, for a little while. And I just didn't put up videos anymore. I think I'm down to, what am I? You guys probably see it. What am I down to? Like 109 subscribers now? It doesn't matter to me. So, just so you're up to snuff, Robbie, this is... Ooh, actually, that reminds me. I need to change a few things about the stream. Let's see. I want to... game to... I'm gonna update the... Yeah, I'm just gonna update this so that everyone knows what we're playing right now. I might change to something else here in a little bit, but you'll have to excuse me for getting out of frame like that. My TV and my monitor are set up a little oddly. All right, you guys let me know if that updated on. Hold on a second. I have to. All right, hold on. PSXE does this all the time, and then we continue, and we're good. So, still got the game for the PS1. Awesome, dude. I do too. I think I have 3 out of the 4 discs actually. I don't know where the 4th one is. Awesome, good. I'm glad to know that it changed. Be quiet, I'm not going to kill you, he says, right after just slaying a freaking guard right in front of him. Good, you won't make a noise? Now, let me buy stuff from you. Oh, you're not gonna... Oh, there we go, yep. Yes, I would like to buy something. Sorry if there's like a little lag every once in a while. I am one of 3 people in this house on this connection. But the connection seems to be strong enough to actually support that, so I'm very happy about that. And why not max it out? Well, not max it out, but use all my money. Yeah, it's one of those OCD things for me too. Like, I think I have all 3 discs of Final Fantasy VII. I actually have like 6 discs of Final Fantasy VIII from 2 different copies of the game. I think I ended up lending it out to my friend, one of my friends, years upon years ago, and I just ended up losing the copies. I actually can't remember where to go. It's been so long since I played this game. But yeah, it kind of bothers me that I only have 3 out of the 4 discs. It's wild how, you know, back in the day to put a game like this into a system, the memory limitations would require that it has 4 discs, where now we have games like Horizon Zero Dawn and The Last of Us and all. Uh-oh, whoops, you didn't see me. Uh-oh. Bye. Oops. They won't follow me. Ah, but I did go the wrong way though, I see. Okay. You can either try and sneak around these guys, which there isn't really a sneak mechanic. I mean, as you can see, I was right next to that guy. He didn't even notice me. And you know what? See ya. I actually have to be careful. I should actually be fighting some of these guys because I need the experience. It is all online updates now. Like I put I installed I can't remember. I think it was Battlefield 1, like back when I first bought it on the Xbox One, and Battlefield 1. I bought it, and like 3rd day after I bought it, and I basically bought it on release. 3rd day after I bought it, it had like a 30 or 40 gigabyte update for the multiplayer. Like, I remember, I guess I'm this old, but I remember back when game developers would release complete games, and if it had glitches in it, you just lived with it. So, for that matter, whatever happened to cheat codes in video games? I used to love myself. I used to have pages upon pages of cheat codes for stuff written out, man. Especially Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, actually, Robbie, funny story. I'm actually going to be hitting 30 next year. So, I didn't realize it. I didn't realize that I was getting up there until I realized last year. I was like, oh, wow. Well, I say getting up there. Don't take that the wrong way. But I realized last year. Yeah, last year it was 10 years out of high school for me. So, it was just kind of a surreal feeling. 30's not old. 30, age is just a number. Guys, I legitimately can't remember where to go. I think I'm not focusing on it enough, but I'd rather talk with you guys anyway. You guys are cool. So that's where we came in, I think. Yeah, that's where... Alright, let's... Yep, alright. I'll figure it out. Now, again, Josh, age is just a number, bro. Let's see. So that's the entrance. This takes me to a broken lift. I just moved the right stick to try and... Oh, there were multiple ways to go here. I remember. Okay, I got it. We're good. I think I can actually turn off those arrows, but I would never do such a thing. Again, you could choose to sneak around these guys. It's kind of a silly little stealth mechanic, but I mean, it works for the game. Whoop. Oh, God. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Aha! These guys are idiots. I love the AI programming in this game. It's great. Turn my back for 5 seconds and I don't hear the guy frantically climbing up the ladder. Like this. Oh, where'd he go? And then there's going to be a guy. You know what? We're going to fight this guy because I don't think I have a choice. Or he's just not going to be here. That's fine too. And again, sorry about the fact that my face is so dark. My light source is actually up there. Yep. So it's behind me, which is casting a shadow on my face, which is fine. You guys don't need to see my ugly mug anyway. Let's fight. I need experience. Just one dude? Should have brought friends, man. I did make it. Okay. I was wondering if I made that last one. I love the sound effects in this game. It's great. Like the sound of the enemy running towards me if he gets another chance. Just listen to it. He might not get a chance. Yeah, I didn't think so. It's like... It's so funny. It makes me think of a cartoon. Love this game so much. It has been a few... Well, the last time I successfully live streamed, it was actually this past October. And I was in Myrtle Beach on vacation, and the hotel that I was in had good Wi-Fi. So I was like, yes, I'm going to stream. I've missed it. And I think you showed up for that one, bro, Robbie, but now that I'm here and I have better internet, and as long as it's not bothering my roommates, I need to get some noise dampening for this room, but as long as it's not bothering my roommates, I'll probably do this more often. I miss hanging out with you guys, you know? I remember when we were all hanging out watching Exilia play freaking, what's that, New Vegas, Fallout New Vegas. You guys remember back when I had a video series on Fallout New Vegas? It didn't last long. Not because I don't like the game, just because I wanted to play something else. Love those sound effects. Yep, Pokemon Yellow. Yep. Yep, I can too. Joshua, I was there for that. That one was actually when I first got introduced to Exilia's channel, he was live streaming Oblivion, I believe, and then he went from Oblivion to Fallout New Vegas, I think, and then he went to Fallout 3, and then he went to Morrowind. I don't know. I think my timeline is all screwed up. Oh yeah, I forgot about the monster. Pardon me for the sniffling. Exilia is still kind of heartbroken a bit over the loss of his dear pup, and he's taken some time to mentally readjust himself before he starts live streaming again. I think he had a live stream going maybe like 6 or 7 months ago. So he's taking a little mental break, which I'm all for it. You know, like I said, you guys can look back in my video history right now. The last time I uploaded a video was like over a month ago, so I get it. For me, it's not so much. What's the word? It's not so much like not being creative or whatnot. I got laid off in February, and I have a much better job now. Just so you guys know, if you guys were there for that drama when well, it wasn't so much drama. I just casually kind of offhandedly mentioned, hey, I lost my job today. But the whole virus thing started coming out and getting more dangerous, and the pandemic started. And anyway, long story short, I have a much better job now, and I'm living in this lovely place with this awesome internet. So, with my friends. So, it's great. This is probably the highest point of my life since 2017. So, for the most part. You guys know how much I love live streaming back when I did it. Oh, thanks, Robbie. I really appreciate it, man. Yeah, like I said, this is a high point in my life for right now. It's a high point. I'm very happy with how things have progressed so far. So, before we get into the next fight, Joshua, the things in the fights where I press the buttons, those are called additions. This guy is actually about to join our party, and his additions are actually a lot more difficult when you get into the higher levels. So, which I think we might be about to see right now. Maybe? I can't remember if we run from this one or not. No, we fight. Yep, awesome. And if I sound down or anything, I'm honestly trying to like keep my voice low because there's a lot of resonance in this room and I don't want to bother my roommates. So I'm gonna have to get used to that whole idea too. The whole idea of having roommates and whatnot. Okay, let's see. Because I haven't had a roommate, like a legit roommate, not counting obviously my ex-wife or my mother, since like 2011. So. Nice. Alright, now we'll get to see his edition. It's a little faster, I think, if I recall correctly. Oh, well, the first level edition isn't bad. Oh, yeah? Any particular reason, or is everything alright with Facebook, or do you just miss YouTube that much? Just out of curiosity. I mean, if it's a secret, then by all means keep it, but... I missed it. Oh well, no big deal. I think this... Nope, never mind. I was going to say, I think this might still kill him, but it won't. Ooh, yes it will. Wow, surprise. Oh, and that reminds me, because I have such a good connection, I might actually start watching, you know... Because the reason I wasn't watching everyone's live streams and whatnot, you know, when I was living at the other place, was because the internet was just so bad I would have to watch in 144p all the time, which is fine, but even then there would be lag. And so I just kind of didn't do a whole lot of watching streams, but now that I have a better internet, I can start watching everybody else's streams too. So, I mean, honestly, if I watch stuff on YouTube, it's usually one of the big names, and I hate to say that, but it's usually one of the big names like Jacksepticeye or Markiplier or something like that, because I remember why I remember why you stopped streaming on YouTube, which I'm not gonna talk anything about, just in case that's, you know, no one's business. But I remember why. Yeah, I completely forgot what I was saying before that. So. We have a friend. So what have you been streaming lately, Robbie? Like I said, I haven't been watching people's streams lately, but I'm going to start. Still Star Wars stuff? What was the last? I can't remember. It wasn't Knights of the Old Republic. Yep. Yep. I remember. I'm glad that you're getting more followers, though. That's awesome, dude. 133 followers is pretty big deal. You know, I'm wondering if, you know, if I start live streaming more often, if people will swing by, and because this isn't the only game I play. This is just what's the word? This is a test. I mean, I'm gonna go back to, you know, some of my other games, and there are some games like BioShock 2 and Metro Last Light, which would be continuations of series that I made videos on. I'm probably going to start doing those on live streams too. I had actually considered bringing my green screen, but I decided against it. I'm treading cautiously, just in case, again, I do something to irritate my roommates, which I hope I don't, but in case I do something to irritate them, you know, and they want to kick me out, I don't want to like start moving all my stuff in here. Not yet. Maybe I'm just nervous for no reason. I don't know. Makes me feel better. Ooh, get away. You coming this way? Good. Oop. Oh well, bye. Still gonna be doing game stuff on YouTube, or excuse me, YouTube or other stuff. Like, YouTube has become a good place for vlogging, I've heard. I haven't done a whole lot of it myself. This is pretty much my vlog right here. This is also free therapy as well. So you guys are awesome for that. Dang, guys, we've been going on for an hour already. And it just doesn't feel like it, man. It feels like this is... I mean, I don't know if you guys remember watching my... my live streams way back, but I might or might not have mentioned a few times that it was my favorite thing to do. I always loved live streaming because I was able to actively interact with you guys, and it was always a good time. And I just missed it so much. I'm glad I can finally do it again. 20 gold. Awesome. Matter of fact, you guys might recognize this right here if you've played Final Fantasy VII before. Not too long after you blow up the first Mako reactor in Final Fantasy VII, in the original, not the remake. I haven't played it yet. But there's another box puzzle that, not puzzle, but a box jumping minigame kind of similar to this one. So that's, again, you'll see a lot of similarities between this game and Final Fantasy VII. But it's good. It's good stuff, you know. Let's see. Ooh, bye. You didn't see me. Alright, let's fight. I need to take that elevator, so... At least I think I need to take this elevator. It's 1v2, man. Run away now and you can get away with your life. Yeah, man, take your time. Do what you gotta do. I'll be here for a while, I think. Again, unless I start irritating people. And by people, I mean the people I live with. I'm kind of keeping my phone nearby just in case. Oh man, I should have put something on Instagram. Oh well, about this. No big deal. I'm not taking it as seriously as I used to. Live streaming is more like just a hobby. So, I need to take this elevator, I believe. Sorry, Mario, but your princess is in another castle. God, it's locked. Oh no. Is Joshua still lurking in chat anywhere? Just out of curiosity. Acquired the key to Shauna Cell. Okay, good. I was just wondering, dude. It doesn't matter. I mean, if you got stuff to do, then go for it, man. I'm probably going to be around for a little while. So, and as this, you know, as I get more active with this live streaming thing, you guys might actually be able to. I might start doing multiplayer stuff too. Like, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention on Discord, but Arkson and I have been talking about doing Grand Theft Auto Online together, and that would be a real, just in case, but it would be a real stress test. Not a stress test for this internet connection, but just a test of it. Because I've been looking at my OBS, and I haven't really been, I don't think I've been dropping that many frames or anything. I think everything's been looking pretty good. Maybe a few here or there. If I X out of, ooh, my voice is getting a little loud. If I X out of EPSXE, then I'll have to go through the process of like re-maximizing it, and it's just a pain. So I'm trying to keep my voice under control. I'll figure out a way to soundproof, well, not soundproof, but to Oh, okay. Well, cool. I'm glad you're deciding to spend your evening with me. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me, man. I mean, I've been out of the, you know, streaming slash, you know, video game for a while. It's nice to know that some people still like watching. I appreciate it. You guys obviously remember my live streams are usually much more, not like low energy, but less energetic than my videos. So, like as it says in the title of the stream, this is just a chill out time, man. Matter of fact, as far as I'm concerned, if you guys want to, like, you got friends you want to talk to or whatever, bring them in here and talk to them here. Use my chat as a chat room. I don't care. It's fine. We're all just hanging out and whatnot right now, so. Just wait until you see his next edition. It's very fast. Yeah, hey dude, I appreciate it, man. Like I said, it means a lot to me. I'm glad that you decided to spend part of your evening here, hanging out in the chat. I appreciate it. And we're always, I'm pretty sure Exilia would agree with me, but we're always happy to, you know, have you guys hanging out in the chat room. As a matter of fact, if I recall correctly, Exilia said something very similar. Uh-oh, I need to heal soon. Exilia said something pretty similar in regards to his live stream a while back, well, way back. He would always talk about how, hey man, come and hang out, just chat, you know. even if you don't necessarily like the game that's being played or whatever, if you just want to talk with people, go for it. So we both appreciate it. I'm here to rescue you. And now we meet Shanna. Shanna? Probably Shanna. I don't know, that seems like an awfully southern pronunciation. Shanna? I don't know. I'm here to rescue you. You haven't forgotten me, even though we haven't seen each other for 5 years. Again, soundtrack, man. Soundtrack's great. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn it up just a bit. In my ears, it won't turn up for you guys. I love these headphones. They have a little scroll wheel in the back of them, behind the left ear, for me to turn the volume up or down in my own ears. I love it. With a sense of urgency, Shanna, let's go. The girl is breaking out. You know, I had actually considered playing Silent Hill as well, like the original, for you guys, but I figured that should be done on another night, like Halloween or something. Oh, if everything works out pretty well, I would like to do something like that for Halloween where I play scary games. I think that'd be kind of cool. But that's a long ways down the road, so I've always wanted to. I just never had the opportunity. So I'm gonna have to fight the warden here in a few minutes. Oh yeah? Yeah. I enjoyed the Outlast playthrough too, except for I loved every part of it, even though I was scared, except maybe that last episode. I mean, the way it kind of wrapped everything up, it just kind of missed the mark for me. For Outlast, not Silent Hill. Silent Hill's great. But yeah, I would love to do Silent Hill. I'd actually considered also, instead of playing this game tonight, I don't know why I've been in like a nostalgia thing, but I'd actually also considered playing the original Resident Evil 2 on PS1 or Nintendo 64, but the PS1 would have been better because my Nintendo 64 emulator doesn't play it so well. But I had actually considered playing that game, or even Resident Evil 3, because of course, I see all the big name YouTubers like PewDiePie and Markiplier and Jacksepticeye et al. I see them playing, the new Resident Evil 2 remake and the Resident Evil 3 remake, and every first episode they always say the same thing, oh, I never played the original Resident Evil 2, I never played the original Resident Evil 3, and I'm like, well then can you really call yourself a gamer, really, Then again, some people had consoles, some people had PC. I didn't get this PC until August-ish, July of 2018. So I never was a PC gamer before that. I mean, aside from Minecraft on my laptop. I was gonna be a PC gamer if I had kept the other PC that I had. And again, you guys, if you want me to slow down pressing through the text so you can read it, please let me know. Silent Hill is one of those games that if you set the atmosphere up right for it and you really listen to it when you play it, it can freak you out quick. So, same thing for Silent Hills 2 and 3, and even 4 to a slightly lesser extent. The red guy. That's me. I'm the red guy. Oh, I just realized that my face cam is kind of in the way. You're not missing much, I promise. You know, I was going to play The Witcher 3. I actually have it for Xbox One. What's the edition that has everything, like all the DLCs? Xbox One had it for like a super cheap sale price one time. And I played maybe 3 hours of it, and I never picked it up again. I don't know why. But I do remember it being very, I don't know, it was alright. I had other, probably Gold Edition. But I have that on Xbox One, and I was going to play it. I played it for, like I said, like 2 or 3 hours, and then I never picked it up again. I don't know why. I just didn't super get into it. I don't know. I'll give it another shot one of these days. If Artkissen were here right now, she'd probably be, well, I would say she'd be cussing me out, but she's not quite like that. Because I remember she and even a lot of other people like The Witcher 3. And like I said, I hate to admit it, but I just never got into it. I'll probably pick it up and try it again someday, though. Like the entire game. But the question is, have you ever 100%ed it? Or platinumed it, if you were a PlayStation person. Oh, look, the save point again. Alright. We need to make sure everybody's all healed up and stuff, because we're about to get into a pretty significant fight. Hour and 5 minutes. Item, use healing potion. That is a good start for him. Shauna hasn't been hit yet, or Shanna. I'm going to call her Shauna. I've always called her Shauna. What I never understood is how she was already level 4. I think I went the wrong way again. Nope, I think I'm going the right way. See if this guy will sell to me. Sure, I'll buy some stuff if I have the money for it. 139 gold, wow. We'll get one more of those. What does this do? Revitalizes and recovers half of HP. I should probably have a few of those on me. And then I'll get one more. There we go. Hey man, I'd watch it. Like, if you ever decided to do that, I'd watch it. You were nice enough to watch my stuff. I'd be more than happy to. I find that I actually like watching other people play video games, sometimes, depending upon what video game it is, much more than I actually enjoy them myself. Which is weird, but, yes, the big guy. Some of the translation of this game is a little iffy, but it's not bad. I have 100%ed very few games in my life. Very, very few games. It's just not one of those big goals for me. I play games to have fun. And if I'm not having fun, I will try and make the game fun somehow. I wish that I would have been in this whole, video making / live streaming thing back in like 2008 and 9. Because my friend, former friend, Thaix and I used to do some crazy stuff and things like Battlefield 4 and, well, Battlefield 3 and Battlefield Bad Company 2 and, you know, Call of Duty and stuff like that. We'd have to make the game fun for ourselves. Not because we were either getting our butts kicked so hard we couldn't play or because we were kicking everybody else's butt so hard. It's just, you know, a lot of those games are same. So Battlefield always had the bullet physics over Call of Duty, though. Yeah, I thought I missed that. Dang, I missed it. I gotta watch my timing. Yeah, Battlefield is great. I always preferred Battlefield over Call of Duty. Matter of fact, I haven't actually played a Call of Duty game since Black Ops 2. So, and very little of that. I actually ended up lending it out to someone and never got it back. Had it for Xbox 360. So, alright, now we gotta focus on this guy and completely screw him up. So I don't know why I let Shauna just shoot arrows at him. I forgot he brings extra people into the fight. I think these guys can actually poison you, if I'm not mistaken. Nicely done. I always appreciated, I think I mentioned this a few minutes ago, pardon me, I forget what I say all the time, but I actually appreciated the fact that Battlefield had realistic bullet physics because I've always kind of been more partial to sniping than like a running gunner. Probably because I avoid confrontation. But oh no, what'd you do? You just threw a rock at me? What a jerk. Alright, let's knock this guy down. Sorry, I'm just reading a text from a friend of mine. Jesus. I never played Black Ops 3. Like I said, I stopped at Black Ops 2. I heard that was it World War 1 or World War 2? That just came out like about a year or two ago. Maybe 3 years. Whichever one that is, I actually heard that that one was pretty good. But still, I don't know. I'm more or less burned out on Call of Duty. For now, anyway. I mean, now that I have a decent internet connection, maybe that'll change since I can actually play online games with people now. Who knows? Uh-oh, that's gonna hurt. Didn't knock her out though. That's a good thing. Alright, we seriously need to kill this guy, but I think it's more important right now to heal everybody up. And then Lavitz can use a healing potion on Shauna. And I think it'll be Shauna's turn. Yep. I don't know if she'll be able to kill him, though. Nope. Unfortunate. I mean, I used to love playing, you know, Call of Duty and Battlefield online with other people. That always used to be pretty fun. But again, it's just been so long since I've had a decent enough internet connection to be able to do that. Oh, man. That I just kind of didn't give up on it so much. I knew it wasn't going to happen, you know? You dead? Well, that wasn't a very nice thing to say. I can't remember the name of that power, but Ooh, we need to do some Heelys. Is that for... No, that's for one person. Shauna needs it the most. We're actually going to use some of those powers on the Warden over here. So, oh no, Dart, please survive. Okay, good. He's hurting, but he's alive. So, all right, I need to start doing some damage to this guy. I don't think he spawns in any more people, so could be wrong about that, but we'll see. Let's see, what can I do? Let's do a spark minute. We're going to get my fingers at work out here. There, that hurt a little bit. 15, not bad. Alright, let's use a burnout on him. Same thing. So if you guys can hear the frantic button pressing, I apologize. I'm sure it's probably a little annoying, but it's the best way to do this. So 18. Nice. Let's just keep hitting him. Keep on hitting him. That's why I've been saving all these items up for. Oh, I almost had 220%. That's gonna hurt. Ooh, not as much as I thought it would. I think Lavitz has better armor than Dart does. We'll use a spark net on him. You remember the arrow above his head indicates approximately how much health he has. I was a little slow on that one. Let's try another method. Okay, so the double tap works a lot better. Ooh, he didn't appreciate that. Nice. Nicely done. Well done, everybody. Well done indeed. Night Shield. Nice. So much nice stuff happening after one battle. Yeah, throw your little temper tantrum. You guys need to go. Get on the horse, hurry. Whatever, I'm outie. I'm out. I need to get out. I need to get away. Raise the bridge, jailbreak. Jump, Levitz, jump. Jesus, what a jump, am I right? That was like a 30-foot fall that horse, or whatever that is, just took. I hope it's strong enough to handle it. This is not the last we will see of Frugal. Ominous. Alright, now we need to go back up. There we go. Figured that was coming. Uh-oh. Looks like I was dropping a little bit of quality there. Everything's still looking alright, or do I need to change something up? Okay, good. I have a little indicator on OBS down here in the lower right-hand corner that changes colors based on how well the stream's doing. And I was kind of flickering out a little bit, so if something goes wrong or something doesn't look right anymore, let me know, and I'll do what I can to fix it. No. I don't think that's where we need to go. I could. No, wait. We do need to go to the prairie. Shoot. Oh well. It's fine. And there goes dropping a little bit of frame there again, or something. I actually have a frames indicator that I should be looking at. Ouch. Jesus, that was a hit. Alright. Ground type. Oh yeah, I forgot. You may notice when the creature's name pops up at the top of the screen, you can actually figure out what element they are all about. You'll notice that Mole has this brownish streak going through it. That indicates, I think, that he's either like ground or earth type or something like that. I know it's like Pokemon, but certain attacks will work well on him, certain attacks won't work well. You know how it goes. So that was another thing. I can't remember if Final Fantasy VII had that or not. No, they had to have that because they had elements. So yeah, they had that as well, but I don't know if it was as easy as looking at it to figure out what they were weak against. Ouch. Good God. 36. What a heck of a hit. Alright, let's hope we can kill him. Because if he hits me with another one of those rocks, it's good night Vienna. There we go. Nice. Nice. Level ups. Awesome. I gotta make sure that Lavitz didn't get a new addition. Oop, yeah, here we go. Gotta remember how to play the game. Oh, also in style similar to Final Fantasy VII, you can save on the overworld. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, since I've been going on for almost an hour and 30 minutes now. Which actually reminds me, what time is it? Oh, it's only 8 o'clock. That's no big deal. Oh, it's 8 o'clock where I am. Still need to, let's see, / volcano. So yeah, he still just got a harpoon. Alright. This is where we need to go. It's been a while. Been a while since I played this game, so you gotta bear with me. You know what I want to know? What happened to their horses? Or whatever they are. They were running away just fine when they had the horses. Ahead of you, as in where you are, it's like 6 o'clock? Or ahead of you, as in where you are, it is 10 o'clock? No, Lavish just got a friggin' harpoon through the leg. Hide your shells. Oh wow, 5 p.m. That puts you, I don't know, where does that put you? Where are you from, if you don't mind my asking? Oh wait, no, that puts you on like the West Coast. Never mind, I'm dumb. Never mind, or near the West Coast anyway. I'm on the East Coast, so. Well, good. Stop being such a big baby about not being able to walk. I know you just got a harpoon through your leg, but shake it off, man. Rub some dirt in it. Montana. Wow, what's the, just out of curiosity, how's your internet in Montana? Really, that's not bad. That's good. It's hard to get internet out in somewhat remote locations, as I have very, very easily and very apparently have found out. More north of you in the States or more north of you? I'm trying to think of where Montana is in relation to, like, Canada. I'm assuming you mean more north of you in the States. Hey, welcome back, bro, Robbie. I actually might be taking a break myself here in a few minutes. So, oh, wow, so you're way up there. Okay. Have you ever been to Canada before, Joshua? Or Josh, sorry. That's all good, dude. Bro, Robbie, you take care of what you gotta do, man. I have been to Canada exactly once. Me and 3 other guys from my unit when I was in Great Lakes. We weren't that far away. We were in Great Lakes, Illinois. We decided one weekend that we were just going to drive up to Canada just to say we've been there. So, I've been to Canada exactly once, and it was in 2011. Oh, nice. Wow. How hard is it to get across the border in Canada, or into Canada? I mean, standard, you know, just go through customs, make sure you don't have anything illegal, so on and so forth, and have your passport ready, I suppose. I gotta start doing damage to these guys. But first... Yeah, true. I have heard that, but you have to understand, when 9/11 happened, I was, let's see. I was 10. So... I didn't mean to escape. Oh well, whatever. I remember where I was on 9/11. I remember what I was doing. They ended up closing down all the schools. Just so you guys know, when I get to a place that has background music again, I'm going to kind of pause the game and go into the pause menu, and I'm going to take a quick little break. I have to go get some clothes out of the dryer and a couple other things. But I will be back shortly, as long as, again, I'm not irritating anybody. So if you guys can hang in there for a few minutes, once I can get to where I can get back into the pause menu, we will continue this wonderful game. Oh, wow. Yeah, I bet you remember. I was in school. I was, let's see, for me that would have been 5th grade. I was in 5th grade. 5th grade. Oh, hey, Joshua, you were talking about feeling old earlier. Imagine this. Right now, well, not right now, but in elementary schools and whatnot, there are kids learning about September 11th, 2001 as a historical event. It may be fresh in our minds, but yeah, it was fresh in our minds, but apparently it is now a historical event. I mean, it was a historical event the day it happened, but it's an even more historical event now, apparently. So which makes me think, man, I haven't even looked at a textbook for 10 years. I haven't seen a textbook for 10 years, not counting my electrical stuff for the Navy. So I used to. I tried to stream on Mixer a couple of times. I played Fallout 4 on my Xbox One for a very short amount of time. Back when I was again first getting into the whole live streaming thing. I played Fallout 4 a few times on Mixer, and I think I played Oblivion as well a few times. But I didn't advertisement because I didn't know, you know, how. Well, I guess I still don't know how to advertise, but I didn't really know how to advertise. By the way, everybody, I just want to like throw out there, check out those graphics. PS1 era at its best. I always thought this was so cool back when I first saw it. It was so awesome. Anyway. But yeah, so to answer your question, yes, I streamed on Mixer for a short amount of time. Back when Bro Robbie, did we know each other when I was doing my Oblivion playthrough on my channel? I forget. By the way, if you see me looking down there, it's because I'm looking at the chat. So I know that you guys are right here, but I thought so. In one of my Oblivion episodes, I actually mentioned that I had done some live streaming on Mixer to get some leveling done and whatnot. I can't remember what episode it was. Probably the episode between, I don't know, like episode 6 or 7, or 6 and 7. I think I had 9 episodes in that series. And then again, I ended up having to move because of my family situation at the time. So. Believe me, I didn't either. I realized because of my Xbox One, I realized that it was Xbox's version of like it was. What was it? Isn't there a console or a platform exclusive streaming service? I mean, there's YouTube and Twitch, obviously, but I don't know. It was like Xbox's Twitch essentially, and that's how I learned about it. Really? PC gaming on Mixer? Well, I remember doing it on my Xbox One because it was pretty much my only choice. So. Wow. Oh, I know you guys probably didn't catch it, but again, late 2017, and also basically the last time I played this game, the game that I'm about to talk about, I actually did do a live stream on Twitch for about 2 hours with a friend of mine from work at the time, and we were actually playing Fortnite. You guys probably all missed that, and I have no record of it now because I didn't record it as a video or anything. Listen closely to this song for a second and tell me if you guys like it. You guys like the song? Just out of curiosity, because I'm thinking about going ahead and taking my break real quick. You like it? Okay, cool. I'm gonna put you guys off on my give me a break screen, and I'm gonna go do that real quick. I'm gonna take my laundry out of the dryer, bring it back in here, and I will be back lickety split as fast as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys on this. And I think you guys can still hear me, and I think you guys can still hear the desktop audio, or the game audio. So I will be right back. You guys hang in there, and I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. And if anyone new comes into chat, tell them I will be right back, I promise. So anyway, you guys hang out. I'll be right back. And thanks a lot for showing up. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. If you'll give me just a few minutes here, we will go ahead and let me do this first. And we'll switch back to this. Alright. And there we go. Oh wait, I need to shoot. I need to actually see my my chat so that I can actually read you guys' stuff. Alright. One more time. Sorry, I'm a bit rusty at this whole streaming thing. Anyway, so alright, I'm back, guys. Sorry about the little break. You ever sit down for such a long time that you forget you have to use the bathroom? Yeah, that's what just happened to me. So, oh, which reminds me, I want to check something while I'm thinking about it. Just out of curiosity. Okay, cool. Good. Alright. You guys still here? You guys still with me? Or am I by myself? I mean, I'm no stranger to talking to myself either, but just in case. Awesome. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate it. You guys having a good night? I'm having a great night. I know you can't really hear it in my voice, but again, I'm trying to keep my tone a little quiet. So, to make sure I don't bother my roommates. Ugh, excuse me. Yeah, one thing you have to remember with that is kind of the point, Josh. I'm trying to. I've had one person in my life. I think there may have been one or two people in my previous live streams, but I've had, a couple of people tell me that when I'm in like chill out streamer mode, that my voice is actually kind of soothing to listen to. So one person has told me that in person, and I might have read it once or twice during a stream. So hopefully I'm not too annoying for you guys. If I had a voice like Morgan Freeman, then I'm sure I'd be great, right? Oop. Let me... Careful. I forgot that this chair is more narrow on the bottom than my normal chair. I have not been drinking, I promise. Not yet. That's for later, once the live stream is over with. Morgan Freeman's got a lot of... It's that voice, man. When you can be known not just for your voice, but also for your acting. Like, if people heard Morgan Freeman's voice, most people would be like, that's Morgan Freeman. So it's pretty cool to have such a recognizable voice. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we ready to go? We done with story time? Hope so. Oh, this music is much more peaceful. I should have left you guys on this song. I'm sorry. Almost falling. Gee, if only we had an axe or perhaps a sharp blade like a sword to cut it down. Oh wait, I forgot. There's one more thing I have to do before I can keep this axe right here in mind. So... if we're taking a break, heal me? It'd be great if it would. I think it does. God, it's been so long since I played this game. Alright. There's one more thing we have to do to be able to pick up that axe. So, but yes, we need that axe. Come on. There we go. Alright, we need to go over here after this fight. Vampire Kiwi. How dare you attack Shauna first? What did she ever do to you? Except put an arrow through your eye socket. Nice. Yeah, vampire kiwi. They're supposed to be like, well, like, I guess a cross between a kiwi bird and a vampire bat. But oh, that's, if you think that one's strange, you haven't seen anything yet. Some of the enemies in this game are quite wild looking. We need to go this way. This is what I like to call trigger hunting, because you have to find one thing to be able to progress the story. Seems too far to jump over. But perhaps if there was, oh, I don't know, a log of some description making a bridge across the river, then perhaps it would be traversable. Darn, too bad we don't have an axe or something like that to be able to chop this tree down that we're about to head back to and chop down right now. I don't know, man. If it were me, I would just do my sword, or use my sword. Uh-oh. A little bit of frame drop there. Sorry about that. These guys here are a pain in the back because they're actually quite tough defensively. And their attacks do a good little bit of damage. Oh, I forgot. I got an item that I never did equip. The Knight's... what was it? Knight's Band? Knight's Ring? I don't know. Something like that. I'll probably end up putting it on Dart. I think Lavitz already has one. Yeah, I got it. Ooh, got it. Nice. 6 years altogether. I was in the Navy for 6 years. It was... when I first signed up, when I went to the Reserve Center, or not the Reserve Center, but the Recruiting Center, and I signed the paperwork, I thought that I was signing up for 4 years of active duty and then 4 years of inactive reserve, or excuse me, 4 years of active duty and 4 years of reserve. I went through basic training under that impression, and then one of the last, I don't know, probably, yeah, I missed it. One of the last, within the last week of basic training, we actually got a physical copy of our orders to read them. And kind of like that scene in, if you've ever seen, oh, I hate myself for not thinking of this, the name of the Full Metal Jacket. Kind of like that scene at the end of the basic training segment in Full Metal Jacket. We got our paperwork that we were able to read over and see what we're supposed to do, what we're supposed to report, how long we're supposed to be there, so on and so forth. And when I read mine, it said that I was to complete basic training and then essentially go across the street for my schooling, for my job, which is an electronics technician. Oops, missed it. Wasn't paying attention. So I work with circuit boards and stuff like that. But anyway, so I go across the street for almost a full year of training there, and then I was going off to, ooh, new edition. And then I was to go off to active reserve for 7 years. Oh, actually, technically it was active reserve for 6 years, and then inactive reserve for 2 years. Funny you should mention the SEALs, bro, Robbie, because when I went through basic training, I wasn't in a regular basic training division. I was actually in a SEAL division, despite not having a SEAL rating. Rating being the job. So I actually went through basic training with SEALs. Didn't go to the actual SEAL training with them because it wasn't my job. I just happened to be in a SEAL division, which means obviously more intensive physical stuff and more hand-to-hand combat oriented stuff and stuff like that, expanded weapon training, stuff like that. But anyway, so what happened was I stayed in for 6 years, counting the couple of months of basic training and the almost a full year of schooling. And then immediately go off to the reserves. When I got into the reserves, I had actually gotten injured during one of the physical fitness tests. I ended up, my left knee, instead of bending like this, like a knee normally would, it actually ended up bending backwards. So I hyperextended it. And I did that 2 or 3 times over the course of being in the reserves, because I've always had trick knees. But finally I went to take a PFA one day. My last PFA ever, as a matter of fact, or second to last PFA ever, and I actually ended up tearing my PCL. So I tore my PCL. They took me to a medical examiner. I went through all the, all the healing stuff and whatnot, and I didn't change my addition. And they cleared me to return to active reserve. And I went and did the next PFA, and I couldn't do it anymore. My knee would not hold out long enough for me to be able to walk or to run. So they ended up medically discharging me under honorable circumstances after 6 years. So, which with the way it was going, I probably wasn't gonna re-up. I probably wasn't gonna re-up for another 4 years or anything like that, unless they were to put me in active duty, because the reserves is a big old combination of red tape and nonsense, essentially. So, but if I would have gone to active duty, then yes, I would have stayed. If they would have let me. Actually, it's funny that you should ask me about the Navy, because about, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, I actually had a Navy chief contact me, an E7, contact me on Facebook saying, hey, Gibson, Mr. Gibson, this is Chief, I can't think of her name, Shannon something or another, or maybe her last name was Shannon, I don't know. Anyway, hi, have you ever, this is Chief Shannon something or another, and I was wondering if you had ever given thought to joining the Navy Reserves. And it was on Facebook Messenger, so I messaged her back and I said, good afternoon, Chief. I actually got medically discharged on my 6th year for a torn PCL, so unfortunately I don't think you guys would have me back, but I do appreciate the offer. And she just said, okay, thank you for the update, and I haven't heard anything from her since. So it says it right on my Facebook page, like my personal Facebook page. So my former best friend was actually a Marine as well. You guys, it was long before I started live stream about a friend of mine who you guys may or may not have heard me mention either in videos or live streams or something like that, named Thaix, or his gamer tag was Thaix, Thaixx. And we would always play, like, Call of Duty and Battlefield and stuff like that, which is fun. But I realized, unfortunately, a little too late that he was not a great influence on me. And for the longest time, I actually blamed him for me not doing so well going through my first and only miserable semester of college. And then I got older, got more responsible, and I realized, nah, it was totally my fault. But once I got married, I stopped talking to him as much, and I haven't heard from him in probably, I don't know, 4 years now. So I hope he's doing well. He had a lot of medical problems last time I knew, but he was in the Marines. Ended up getting blown up by an IED during I think he and his platoon were doing like I don't know, some sort of inspection. I can't remember the whole story, but he ended up getting blown up by an IED and it messed his knee up really bad, and they discharged him as well. But he was a good guy when he wasn't around women. When he was around women, he would turn into, basically, if you guys will pardon me, he turned into what is essentially a straight up horn dog. And, forget all my friends. I want to, talk to this girl. So there was more stuff, but that's all in the past, and I've pretty much forgotten it now. So no big deal. And also, guys, I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but we've actually been going on for 2 hours now, which is pretty impressive considering the fact that I haven't live streamed in so long. The last live stream I did was the one this past October when I was in Hilton Head, and I think I went on for almost 4 hours on that one. But again, a decent internet connection helps. And thanks you guys for, by the way, for hanging out for so long with me. I really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and this guy's gonna be a little tough, and I still didn't change my addition. I'm gonna do that. You guys remind me. Remind me to change Lavitz's addition once this battle's over. Thought I missed that last one. Ooh, this guy's really tough. Alright. I save, you remember those special power things that I was using to fight the warden? Like with the fire and the electricity? I usually save those for big battles. So... or else I would probably end up using one on this guy, because he's starting to annoy me. Nice. Not enough. He's got good defense. Will Shauna deliver the killing blow? Nope, not yet. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I hardly ever do keep track of time when I'm streaming because, in my opinion, it's about having a good time. You know? And this is... It's kind of like... And this is actually ideal for the state that the country is in right now with the pandemic and whatnot. You know, I'm hanging out with friends, but we aren't, like, violating any, you know, social distancing measures and all that stuff. So, it's actually ideal. Plus, I just like to have a good time anyway. Me and the friend, one of the friends that I'm living with now, actually were outside in the garage last night drinking and just, you know, BSing for, I don't know, until like 1:30 in the morning. So, that was a lot of fun. He's a PC gamer as well, so eventually you guys may see me play some stuff with him if he's down for it. So, and maybe even his cousin, the other roommate, another friend of mine. Maybe. We'll see. But, so, I mean, don't hold your breath for it, but it is something that could happen. Oh, addition. I remember. Change Lavitz's addition. I remember. Alright, now you guys, this move right here is, once you guys see it, it's actually a lot harder to do. And there's another guy you get later that's even faster than this one. I don't think this is the one that I had the problem with, though. I had a lot of problems doing another edition a while back. Oops. But anyway, neither here nor there. You guys will see it in just a minute. And again, the additions are what allows me to do those extra hits. I think, Bro Robbie, you said you played this game, so you know. But just to be clear. Gotta love the pre-rendered background with a polygonal character thing. PS1 was famous for that. Alright, let's see if I can use this edition for you guys. It's quite interesting. Yeah, you know. You know. Now, I don't know if you guys necessarily, or well, if Joshua, if you care too much about spoilers or anything, but Bro Robbie, don't mention too awful much about this game. Because I actually screwed up earlier by kind of not ruining anything, but... Have you ever beaten this game, Robbie? I forgot to ask that earlier. Okay, here we go. Concentration mode. Oh, that's not the bad one. It's actually the next edition that he gets called Rod Typhoon, which is hard. Okay, well, as long as you don't mind, maybe... maybe we'll talk about it. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm just hanging out with you guys, man. That's all that matters to me right now. Playing an awesome game. And this video is actually going to get archived, or this live stream is going to get archived on YouTube as a video too. So once that happens, I'll rename it and it'll actually be a regular video. I want to go back up. I don't think, yeah, I can't go that way. Let's see. There we go. Jump. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought there was another thing there. Oh, there is. Okay. Oh well, I'm not worried about items that much. Oh, these guys. These are the ones that can blind you, I think. I think these guys can blind you, if I'm not mistaken. Robbie, can these guys blind you? I think they can. Is it blind or poison? I don't know. I'm about to find out. Blind. Okay. Luckily, I have something for this. I don't think that's it. Don't need that. Vitalize and recover half HP. Maybe it's this? Yeah, nice. So that was poison. Okay, well, great. Oh well, might as well just wait. Oh hey, it didn't actually poison me. Awesome. Here we go. Nice, nice. So I think that was blind, wasn't it? Since I was weapon blocked. I don't know. It's been a long time since I played this game, so. Nicely done. Ba, 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 ba. Let's see. Do I care about that item? No, I don't think I do. Oh, and another thing I forgot to add on was the Knight's, what is it? Knight's Guard, Knight's Amulet, whatever it is. The thing that I got from the Warden. Not armed. Yep. Knight Shield. I think, no, he just has a bracelet too. Well, shoot. Oh well. No big deal. We'll buy them some clothing and not clothing, but armor and stuff here in a little while. Total vanishing. Body purifier, good. That'll replace the one that I used earlier. Levitts, no. Shawnee, you should probably step a little bit further away from the edge there, shouldn't you? I'd imagine the surfaces are kind of slippery. Dart is actually very similar to Cloud in that he's kind of like, I don't know, he doesn't care about a whole lot. You know how Cloud in Final Fantasy VII was all like, oh, I'm just here to get paid, you know, I'm not doing this for Avalanche, I'm just here to get paid and whatnot. Dart's kind of the same way when it comes to stuff like this. Levitts was thanking him for saving his life. He's just like, I was just around, I'm here, you know, hey, whatever. It's all good, you know. So every time I see that scene where they like clasp each other's hands, I think of that scene from I think it's Predator, when Arnold Schwarzenegger and it's not Jesse the Body, it's the other guy, and I can't think of his name. You know, where if you guys have ever seen, if you guys, I'm sure you guys have probably maybe seen Predator before. You probably know exactly what scene I'm talking about. I can't think of the guy's name. But, you know, Arnold sees him, he's like, Dylan, you know, and they, bam, real manly, big, oily biceps. Every time I see that scene where Levitts and Dart grab hands, I think of that. Yeah, Josh, same, dude, same, seriously. But with this new job, though, I think, you know, oop, my voice is getting a little loud again. With this new job, I think it's going to work out pretty well. I think. And so, but 2 jobs ago, not my last job. I cared about my last job, too. But 2 jobs ago, that was me. I'm just here to get paid, man. But my last job, I liked it. I liked my last job. But my new job, I like it. I like it, too. So, and it pays better, so. I was hoping I'd make it to the healing flies. No more slimes. No more slimes. No more slimes. Awesome. What is this thing called? I mean, obviously it's a spider, but what is it called? Oh, just an evil spider. Not just a regular spider, an evil spider. Yeah, exactly. You know, you get that job that you really care about, and things change, you know. Like I said before, I cared about my last job, too. That's where I met one of my roommates. And we get along really well. Sorry, I had to focus for that. Robbie, just out of curiosity, you still working, what was it, a McDonald's manager, I think? And if that's the case, dude, I can't blame you a bit. I worked in food service once, and I got out as fast as I could. I can't deal with customers, man. Not like that. Give me a job where I can, you know, do my own thing and not have to interact with customers. Sorry about all that chair noise. I should probably oil this thing eventually. Here's another one of those, like, classic bro moments. Dart and Lavitz just casually talking about these magical healing fireflies, and Shauna's like, what about me? I'm here too, guys. Hey, yeah, it sucks, doesn't it, Josh? I hate the food industry. I mean, if customers weren't so bad, then it probably wouldn't be so bad, but some customers are just... I don't know who said the customer's always right, but... it sounds to me like that person's never worked in food service before. You know what I mean? I stayed at my food service job for a total of 2 months, but it was definitely a part-time thing. I believe I was 17 and I was in high school. It just was not paying well enough for me. I was excited to get it, though, because it was a raise from my last job. The job I had before that was, I don't know, I think it was like $7 and... what's minimum wage now? Like $7.25 or something like that? It was probably about that. And then the food service job was $8 an hour. The job I have now, however, let's see. If I had the food service job when I was 17, and I'm 29 now, so 12 years. In 12 years, I've gone from $7.25 up to $18 an hour. So, might not sound like much to some people, but it works out pretty well for me. I've never worked at a dealership either. I can't sell people things, you know. Plus, I actually, back when I got laid off to begin with, from my last job, they actually had an insurance plan in my last job, and the guy who came to talk to us about the plans tried to actually recruit me into his line of work, which is, you know, selling these health plans to people. And he had me hook, line, and sinker until he mentioned the word commission. I do not feel confident enough in my salesman ability to work off of commission. So maybe if I would work in it for a while, who knows? Maybe I could have made it work. I don't know. But I just don't like the idea of working based off commission. I mean, working off commission is good if you're good at that type of work, but I've never had anything like that before, and I don't really see myself as a salesman. So I never really thought that that would be the line of work for me. So Robbie, have you heard that I think it's by, 2024 or something like that, the minimum wage is supposed to go up to, like, $15 an hour or something like that? I'm sure it had its ups and downs, Josh, but would you say now that you learn from the best, or were they just there to, again, get paid and then leave? You know? You guys are gonna laugh at the, well, you might laugh at the name of the other creature when we get to it here in a second. It's an ugly balloon, guys. You would think, being a balloon, that if it gets poked with anything sharp that it would die, but you would be wrong about that. That's awesome. It's always good to have that, you know, older person to teach you how to do a job well, you know, because there's a difference between, in my opinion, there's always been a difference between like college, and I hate to say it like this, but book learning, and on-the-job training. Don't get me wrong, massive respect to people who went through college, because I didn't do it. You know, I did it for, what, how long was I in college? Like one semester. So I was in college for one semester, failed out of it miserably. So massive props to the people that actually went through college, seriously. But you know, on-the-job training has a certain place as well. So, matter of fact, I remember hearing, I don't know if it was a joke or if it was just like an anecdote or whatever, but I remember this, again, this little joke anecdote thing where it's like, you know, this I think it was like some container ship captain was having trouble with his engine on his ship, and he called in like 3 or 4 different college graduates to come find out what was wrong with his ship's engine, and none of them could figure it out. And then because he hired the college guys because they were so, I don't want to say cheap, but their rates were low, because he was trying to save money. But he decided to hire this, he decided to give this like 40-year-old ship mechanic, or 40-year veteran of ship mechanic industry, a chance to figure out what was wrong with the ship motor. And so the older guy goes down there, he listens to the motor try to start up, and he thinks for a few seconds, he grabs a hammer out of his tool belt and whacks it on like a flywheel or something, and the engine starts right up. And when the captain was asking him, oh wow, that was awesome, you know, how much do I owe you? And the guy says $10,000. And the captain's like, what? I need you know, that's ridiculous. $10,000 for hitting something with a hammer? Can you give me an invoice so I know exactly what I'm paying $10,000 for? And the guy was like, sure, give me a minute. And he wrote up this little receipt that said, basically, services rendered like $10,000, $20 for hitting an engine with a hammer, and then $9,980 for knowing where to hit it. And the lesson was that, you know, on-the-job training and experience means more than a college education, which is not entirely true, but it certainly helps, you know. Again, massive props to the guys that made it through college, because I couldn't do it, so. And I was your, like, typical straight-A student through high school, too, so. Okay, I forgot about this fight, but let's see if we can. Yes. Oh, is that it? I thought it was one of the ones you had to charge up. Let's use a... Didn't I get something else besides the spark net and the burnout? Oh, well, we'll use the spark net on... Oh, that's not going to be good. He's like ground type or whatever. Earth elemental. $34. That's not bad. Yeah, exactly. So you guys both know, you know, the having that person to teach you how to do things well, you know, is super important. Investing business and real estate, I still haven't, you know, gotten any real. I haven't really been taught too much about that stuff myself. I'm still quite mentally young, I guess. So I don't have that kind of experience with stuff. I almost bought a house about, I don't know, a year and a half ago. And I'm glad I didn't, because once I got laid off, I would not have been able to afford it anymore. But yeah, I almost bought a house. But that's another one of those things that I'm just going to have to, you know, get into and learn probably on my own. Sorry, I really have to intensely... No, I'm not trying to say anyone's old at all, man. I'm just saying that people with that experience, you know, you're never too old to learn something. How about that? Never too old to learn something. You did real estate, Josh? How'd you like it? How'd you like being in real estate? Real estate, just out of curiosity. And if you don't mind my asking, what do you do now? Just out of curiosity. Are we kicking this thing's butt? I can't tell. Fair enough. I'm just kind of talking to you guys, so I'm not really paying attention to what's actually happening. I know that the electric doesn't work so well on it. Well, that wasn't bad. But I wanted to use it anyway because it deals more damage than any of these guys could do with a simple attack. And I believe I am now out of those type of items. So, time to actually fight him for real. Oh, he's almost dead. Good. Well, according to his health arrow, he's almost dead. Oh, that's not great. Oh, good, he didn't kill anybody. And now, of course, Shauna's the only one that can hit him. I think. Yep, because he's not down there. Oh, awesome. Oh, yeah, I'd imagine selling a house in any description or anything, any sort of real estate, can be quite stressful. How long did you stay in real estate, if you don't mind my asking? I sure wish I could hit this guy with something. I'm just gonna start guarding. Oh, nice. How do you like that compared to real estate and whatnot? Oh man, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I never knew that your first wife passed away. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, it's never a bad thing to get back to your roots from time to time. Kind of a humbling experience too, really. I mean, to be perfectly honest, my roots aren't anything super special. I mean, lower middle class, you know. Raised by a teacher, so there's that. Which is probably why I was a straight A student through high school. Yeah, awesome jump slice. Wait for it. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm watching I'm watching the live stream. It's already happened for you guys, so well, again, Josh, I'm sorry. I know that's probably a very hard thing to go through. So Shauna, no. That was still a hard thing to go through. I'm sorry. I mean, eventually, I guess, yeah, eventually you learn to, you know, I don't want to say move on. You don't ever really move on from it, but to accept it, you know. I can understand that. I've lost a lot of family members, but not someone that close to me. So, I mean, that might sound mean, but considering that I'm from a pretty small family. But, I mean, in terms of, like, my closest relations, I have my mom, my dad. My mom has a sister, my aunt. She's got a husband. And then I have a cousin on that side. And then there's my aunt in Ohio, who is my dad's sister. And she has a son who is also my, or is another first cousin of mine. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and my grandmother. So I have 8 people in my family. Which is wild. The first time I went to oh, dude, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I hope that works out really well for you. I'm really glad to hear that. Seriously. I've yet to pull that off myself, so. Oh wait, I gotta equip some stuff. I keep forgetting. God, it's been so long since I've played like JRPGs and whatnot that I just forget to do stuff sometimes. Oh wait, armed. Shauna. Oh, she can't equip that. Okay, that's fine. I'll go ahead and heal up Lavitz too. Not a healing potion, a body purifier. Detoxified. Nice. Same. My female cousin, the one that is my mom's sister's daughter, my first cousin that's closest to me, she lives down here in Georgia, and she and I grew up more like brother and sister than cousins, so I understand that entirely. Of course you're gonna run away. That's fine. I still get some experience for it, I think. That's awesome, dude. I'm glad that you're enjoying that. Seriously, it's really good to find a place where you feel home, you know? So that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. It's been so long since I've caught up with you guys, I feel like, you know, it feels just like, I don't know, it just feels like we haven't talked in years, I guess, because we kind of haven't, so. I should probably save on the overworld map as well while I'm at it. Oh, I missed. Well, that's not fair. I can't hit you, but you can hit me. Oh no, is he one of the ones that can only be hit by magic? I think he might be. Nope. Turns out he's just hard to hit. Oh. I'm gonna have to run from this, I think. Unless... Okay, well, I was gonna say, unless he runs away from me. If you can actually kill those things, I think they drop pretty valuable items. There's a robot as well that you can eventually come up against that it's really hard to kill, but if you can succeed to kill it before it kills you or it runs away from you, then it'll drop some pretty cool stuff. Excuse me. Hey man, that's awesome. That's great. You know, you got to get it what makes you happy. You know, I'm still not trying to figure out, but I'm still learning what makes me happy. You know, so I feel like, you know, every step forward, you know, is another good day. Basically, that probably doesn't make sense, but I'm still figuring out what makes me happy, which is why I'm staying out of relationships for now as well. I want to make sure that, you know, the next time I get into a relationship with somebody, that it's either going to be a really good relationship or it will be the last relationship. You know what I mean? So. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I probably shouldn't have healed because one of these is an inn. I can't remember which one, but I think you're the inn. Nah. Oh, I meant to walk away actually, but all right, no problem. And because I'm neurotic, we'll go ahead and save again. You guys still having a good night? I hope so. Good day, good night. I think this is the weapons store or the item store, one or the other. Item shop. Well, that's good. Knowing somebody for a long time helps out a whole lot with relationships. I think that was one of the things that kind of made my marriage not work out so well, because we only knew each other like a year and a quarter, not even. I think it was barely over a year when we decided to get married. And we had a lot of problems leading up to that. So, man, I should not be spending all my money on. I should not be spending all my money on items, because I'm going to need to get weapons and whatnot too. If I can afford them now. Oh well, I'll do some fighting and earn some more money. Let's see, I think the castle is this way, which is where we need to be going. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm trying to walk here. Here's the weapon shop. Let's see what I can afford, if anything. Yeah, me and the ex, we did that once or twice actually. We said, no, you know what? I'm done. I'm not getting back together with you. It's over. And then of course we'd come back like, I don't know, a week or two later, probably a week later at the most, and it was like, you know what? Let's try and work it out. Let's see what we can make happen, you know. So on and so forth, and then it just eventually, the third time is the charm, they say, you know. So I was just like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. You know, I told her, it's not fair to you. It's not fair to me. Let's call it here before one of us gets really hurt. So. Let's see if I can buy some stuff with that. Who needs it the most? It looks like Dart needs that the most. Good. Alright, well now I have 17 gold, so... Yeah, dating for a year is not really ideal. I mean, I see a lot of people get married in like less than a year, and now having done it almost basically myself, I think to myself, no, man, you can't expect something to work out like that. And if it does work out for you, then absolutely, you know, best of luck to you and good job. But I don't know. That's not long enough to form that meaningful connection, in my opinion. So. Yep. So. It's just, I don't know. Take your time. Nothing's worth getting in a rush over. I think this is the castle. I could be wrong. I.e. the castle we need to be going to. I could be wrong. I was 22? 23. I was 23 when I got married. No, 24. Sorry, I was 24 when I got married. And then I was divorced by the time I was 27. So, wasn't that great. Like I said, man, I'm sorry to hear that. I know you said you've accepted it, but still, that's got to be a hard thing to live through. So, my respect and my condolences for that. So the moral of the story basically is be careful who you marry. At least coming from me. Because I'm such a wise, a sagely wise man at the ripe old age of 29. No, never take advice. Well, I was going to say never take advice from me, but sometimes I give good advice. Robbie, are you still hanging out in the chat somewhere? Just out of curiosity. If not, that's cool. But yeah, there's actually a friend of mine who's actually moving back here to Georgia. She was married for 13 years. Got married real young. She got married when she was 18 too, and they're not. No one has passed away. It's just, unfortunately, it was not a very good marriage the entire time. She more or less stayed with him for the kids' sake. She has 2 kids with him. So, but she's finally had enough, and she's divorcing him, and she's moving back to Georgia. So, no, Josh, please. Again, we're all just hanging out here, man. Talk about whatever you want. We're all friends here, so. I mean, I would say so. So, you don't have to apologize to us. I'm having a good time, man. I mean, 2 hours and, let's see, according to my playlist, or not my stream up there, 2 hours and 37 minutes and 49 seconds has gone by very quickly. So, as far as I'm concerned. So. Josh, you can kind of consider this like you're hanging out in a digital bar, talking with friends, you know, just hanging out. So we can talk about whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I'm having a good time no matter what. However, depending upon how I'm feeling in, we'll say about 20 minutes, I may either cut it off or I'll keep going. I don't know yet. But we'll see. So be prepared for that. But don't worry, this is not going to be, it's not going to be another 2 years before I live stream again, as long as they don't kick me out of here. So I think the hardest part about live streaming this time was figuring out what to play. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm totally skipping some of this. There's story stuff going on right now. I'm sorry. Ah, here we have a famous PS1 pre-rendered cutscene.
Winglies ruled over all living creatures and used them as slaves. domination and injustice. Their anger turned to a flame of fury. Then a gust of wind blew throughout the lands, spreading the flame to a blazing fire. The wind was Emperor Diaz. 7 incarnations of dragons served the Emperor. Their bravery inspired people to take up arms. Thus began the Dragon Campaign. It was a harsh war. Both people and Winglies suffered countless injuries and fatalities. After a long period of suffering, it was the
Cheers.
humans who acquired the future. The age of humans had begun.
It's not alcoholic. Anyway, so story stuff. Basically, big war. Dragons helped. Now everyone hates dragons. Sorry, Dragon Campaign. They can't just call it a war. Praetorian is an awfully Roman rank to have. It reminds me of the Caesar's Legion, or excuse me, Caesar's Legion from Fallout New Vegas. No Bud Light. Just a special kind of Mountain Dew. You ever had Mountain Dew Voltage before? Tastes like blue raspberry. Well, and Mountain Dew, but it's good. No, YouTube would not be happy with me if I were drinking, at least out of a name brand can on stream. But hey, listen, by the way, if Pepsi Company is paying attention, I know I only have like 109 subscribers, but if you want to freaking sponsor me, I'm all about it. And if Pepsi isn't listening, then Coke Company, I got you covered too. But just see which one. We'll let Pepsi and Coke fight it out for my attention. Since the attention of someone with 109 subscribers is... That's a smart way to do it. I was actually engaged before I got married back in 2011 to a girl that I met in the Navy, and her dad actually made his own beer in near Boston, Massachusetts. So Boston. I've never been good with the Boston accent. Boston. I am totally not paying attention to whatever they're talking about. Like, cool story, bro. Oh, and now I can't remember what I have to do next. Oh, apparently I come out here and talk to Shauna. Oh, otherwise known as white lightning. I live in Georgia, okay? I know exactly what moonshine is. And as a matter of fact, I don't care for your condescension. I'm kidding. It's fine. I've actually been up to, and I know it's not real moonshine, but I've actually been up to the, what's it called? The place in, it's not Gatlinburg, Tennessee, I think, but Old Smoky Moonshine Company, or whatever it's called. I've been up there before. That was a fun, they were giving out samples of all their drinks. I probably had, altogether that night, I think I had like 20-something shots of moonshine. That was fun. Yeah, it's a fun place. I mean, it's not super big, but it's still a nice little social thing. I'm sure it's probably all been canceled due to the pandemic now anyway, but I should totally be paying attention to what these guys are saying, but I've heard the story all before. Who names a town Hoax? I do, as a matter of fact. I do love Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. Gatlinburg, the last time I went there was Let me think for a second. Last time I went to Gatlinburg specifically, it was for Valentine's Day of 2016, 17, something like that. Dollywood. Dollywood's a fun place too. I've been there. The first time I ever went to Pigeon Forge, my parents and I actually did some go-kart racing. That was a whole lot of fun. Because I grew up with games with, like, you know, Super Mario Kart and Mario Kart 64 and what's the Automobili Lamborghini and Cruisin' USA, Cruisin' World, Cruisin' Exotica, stuff like that. You guys, I don't think have ever seen me play a racing game, but racing games used to be, before internet gaming got super popular, racing games were actually what I played the most. So, and then, you know, once they started coming out with stuff like Need for Speed Underground and stuff, and like you could like mod your own cars. Oh, it was so cool. If I could get something to play it properly, I might actually play Need for Speed Underground 2 for you guys, or with you guys rather. But yeah, oh my god, I love racing games. I bought The Crew shortly after I got my Xbox One. Loved that game. Probably my favorite racing game. And then early 2018, I bought The Crew 2. And unfortunately, in pure spectacular Ubisoft fashion, they screwed it up big time. So everything in the original The Crew video game was all like illegal street racing and, you know, other stuff like that. And you're trying to infiltrate this street racing gang and get all the way to the top and to find out who killed your brother or something like that. I can't remember what. You end up getting used by the FBI and whatnot. It was awesome. It was a great story, I think, for a racing game. And then The Crew 2 is all like, no, we're trying to go legit. We don't want everyone to hate street racers. We want people to, you know, accept and love street racing. So we're trying to get it legalized, and we're trying to do everything the safe way, and we're trying to do, and that was, I don't know, man. There's just something thrilling about illegal street racing. Between you guys and me, and anyone who ever watches the archive of this video, I used to street race back when I was in high school. I had a 1978 Pontiac Firebird, and that sucker would fly. It was almost kind of the definition of a sleeper, almost, because any money that I got from street racing, I would actually turn around and put into the engine, motor, drivetrain, whatever. And I didn't make that much, but it was a lot of fun. Ended up swapping out the 305 with a 350. I wanted so bad to get the 6.6 liter V8, like was in the original Bandit, Smokey and the Bandit Pontiac Trans Am, but I never did. I can only afford a 350, but I mean, the outside wasn't that great. I had like Bondo on the fenders and stuff like that. It didn't look great, but it ran. I have seen that car has set the record for the highest land speed in a vehicle that I've ever been, and that was 140 miles an hour. Oh boy, was it fun. Oh yeah, I forgot I'm broke. But yeah, it was so much fun. I remember smoking this I think it was like a 1997 Chevy like Silverado with a 350 in it. Camaro, huh? Yeah. So would you consider the Firebird the Camaro's little brother, or the other way around? Oh, that's right. We need to take Lavitz back to his home. I forgot about that. Where does Lavitz's mom live? I can't remember. I think it's up this way. Maybe. It's been so long since I played this game. Let's see. Where did Lavitz's mom live? Is this it? Josh, I don't mean to sound disrespectful, but are you kidding? Oh, you know what? I think what you're thinking of is a Thunderbird. Yeah, I did find Lavitz's mom, so you're thinking of a Thunderbird. Firebird was actually a Pontiac / GM vehicle. Pontiac Trans Am, Firebird, Camaro, they're all very similar. I don't think the Firebird came out until like 68 or 67 maybe. Not under that name anyway. And yeah. But yeah, when I was first getting into cars and realizing how much I enjoyed cars and engines and whatnot, I used to mix up Firebirds and Thunderbirds all the time. Don't get me wrong, the Thunderbird looks pretty cool too. I don't know what they were thinking in, what was that, the late 90s or the early 2000s? No, wait. The one with the round tail lights that came out in like the early 2000s, that one was alright. But the one before that, from like the mid to early 90s, with the, I don't know, they didn't do a really good job designing that one. Dodges and Rams. I currently own a 2013 GMC Sierra 1500 with the 5.3 liter V8 in it. It's a pretty good vehicle. I haven't personally owned a Dodge yet. The truck that I just got, well, I say just got, but actually my Facebook feed reminded me that 5 years ago, as of like 2 or 3 days ago, 5 years ago, I actually bought my first vehicle that was in my name, like straight from the dealer. Well, I say straight from the dealer. It was a used car dealership, but that was a 2005 Ford F-150 with the 5.4 in it, the 5.4 liter V8. And unfortunately, in the years between 2005 and 7, they actually, Ford screwed up their 5.4 engine, and about 3 months after I bought that truck, I ended up having to put $3,000 into it. And from that point on, I was like, I don't know if Ford's, I don't know if Ford's right for me. So I recently traded it in about last year on a GMC, or my GMC that I have now, GMC Sierra 1500. And I love it. It's so great. Oh, so a straight up ranch truck then. Okay. Let's see, that would be like 4 bosses ago. 4 bosses ago, my boss had a, it's the King Ranch F-150, or excuse me, F350. God, sorry, my memory is going. But he owned a Ford F350 King Ranch, and that was a pretty nice vehicle. Had the, what was it? That was the one with the 6.7 diesel in it, which is a decent engine, but I don't know. I don't think I'll ever have a Ford again, unless I hear a lot of good stuff about Ford. But I try not to play the brand loyalist game. I'm too young for that. Well, so doesn't Dodge also have one called like a Longhorn, Laramie something or another, that's like a super high trim level? Oh boy. Typical moms, look at that. Lavitz, please find somebody like her so that I can hold my grandchild in my arms. Typical moms. I mean, my mom's not like that. My mom's like, if you want kids, have them. If you don't, whatever. I don't care. I love my mom. She's great. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the super high trim levels anyway, man. It's just more stuff to go wrong. My last job, I guess the owner of the company had I think he still got it, a Ford F2 or F350 that has the electric folding out like step boards, the running boards. And I'm just thinking to myself, man, you hit one bump the wrong way and those things will never come out again, unless you spend about $1,000 to fix them. So all that high trim level nonsense isn't for me. Like my truck, my GMC, it's like a base model. It does not have a trim level. It's a work truck. but it does everything that I need for it to do. It pulls an 18-foot pontoon like it's nothing. It's great. I love it. I don't need high trim levels. My Ford was an XLT. But let's see. Let's go through this little sequence with Lavitz, and then I might be cutting it off for the evening. But I'll probably be back later on this week, maybe even tomorrow. I don't know. I have to get up to go to work on Monday, so I don't know. Maybe tomorrow afternoon or something. I don't know. For now, I'm not going to have a stream schedule. I'll try and post it on Discord and be like, hey, I'm going to live stream soon. But I'm not going to have a stream schedule. But there's a little sequence we can go through with Lavitz here, and we'll do that real quick. And then I'll save if I can, and then I'll probably end up cutting it off. But yeah, I'll let you guys know on Discord when I'm starting to stream again, and hopefully we can get a few more people in here. I love talking to you guys, mainly you, Josh, because you're still here. I don't know if Robbie's still lurking in the in the chat or not, but I love talking to you. But you know, it'd be a lot more fun if we could get the old crew back together, you know. But we'll see. Everyone's got different schedules, and life's kind of funny right now for everybody. So. Is this Slavitz's room? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, I'll let people know on Discord, like, hey, you know, I'm gonna stream again here in a little while, and after I cut off the stream tonight, I'm gonna go see if my roommate would mind talking to me for a second and make sure that I'm not like annoying them or my voice isn't too resonant or something like that. They haven't said anything to me yet, but they're gamers too, so they might just be being respectful. I don't know. But so I'll talk to him about it and make sure it doesn't bother them. Talk to them in a minute and make sure it doesn't bother them. So I guess Robbie's not lurking in the comments anymore. Oh well. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that anyway because I can hear my own voice very clearly right now, and I feel like it is bouncing off the walls. Like I am about, if you consider my volume when I speak on my when I used to speak on my videos, compared to that, I am at about 50% right now. Maybe like 60% because I'm not super quiet, but I'm just trying to keep it low so I don't bother them. I haven't live streamed in so long and I really enjoy it, so I don't want to piss them off or anything. Ooh, sorry, I don't want to irritate them or anything. So I am still not paying attention to this story. I feel so horrible. I love this game too. Little heartfelt moment between Dart and Lavitz here. Lavitz knows that Dart cares a lot about Shauna. And he's trying to give him advice. Yeah, it is. It's pretty well. It's pretty solidly written, you know. I think there are a few very minor spots in the game that actually have like translation errors. Slightly, because again, this is a JRPG, So, but yeah, it's written pretty well. Again, compared to Final Fantasy VII, it's very similar, but you know, that's not a bad thing. So it's just unfortunately, you know, Final Fantasy VII and 8 basically overshadowed this game, so we will probably never see a sequel to this game. We might, and I say might very liberally, we might see a remake for this game, maybe. But honestly, I'm getting kind of tired of remakes personally. It's like the video game industry is just out of ideas, you know? Kind of like movies. Movies all just seem like the same old stuff anymore. But maybe I'm just getting old and jaded, or older and jaded. So with what money, Lavitz? We're broke, remember? Thanks, Miss Lavitz. We'll see you later. All right, I'm gonna walk down to the inn. I'm gonna save, and then I think I'm going to. I think after I save, I'm going to cut this stream off. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate it, and I'm gonna do my like standard McDefault outro too, because I'm boring and unoriginal. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you like the stream, make sure to actually tap the like button. It lets me know that I'm doing a good job. And thanks, Josh, for hanging out this whole time. And Robbie, if you're ever looking back through the archive, I appreciate it. We'll go ahead and save right here, and I believe I'm going to cut it off. So I hope you guys have a good night, afternoon, evening, whenever it is, wherever you are. I hope you have a good one. And hopefully I will catch you guys next time, which will probably be maybe tomorrow or within the next few days. So I will definitely put something up on the Discord page about it. So don't worry, Josh, you will see one. As long as it hasn't irritated them so far, you will see another one. Don't worry. But anyway, you guys have a good night, and hopefully I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow, but definitely sometime later on in the week. So you guys take it easy, and we'll see you later. All right. See ya.